Your responsibility lies in realizing your child's future dreams. Minimuthu Dayada Children's Insurance from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 235-7357.
In a few moments, the news.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
"6:15, this is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Niranjan Abesundara. A curfew has been imposed in 12 police areas in the Gampaha division with effect from 6 p.m. All types of gatherings such as exhibitions, carnivals, musical shows, religious activities have been banned until further notice. Long-distance buses are prohibited to stop, load and unload passengers within the curfew areas. Employees of factories in the quarantine curfew have been requested to remain in their current residences. The government is ready to grant required facilities to local exporters. School uniform materials are to be purchased from local suppliers. In world news, President Trump downplays virus on leaving hospital. Department of Government Information said that police curfew was imposed in 12 police areas in the Gampaha Police Division from 6 p.m. today. These areas are Gampaha, Kirindavala, Dompe, Pugoda, Ganemulla, Viragola, Valiveria, Malwatha Hiripitiya, Nitambua, Mirigama, Pallevala and Yakala. The police curfew in Duvalapitiya, Minuwangada and Vayangada will continue until further notice. Employees of factories in the areas where quarantine curfew is in effect have been requested to remain in their current residences. The management of the relevant factories have been directed not to allow their staff members to leave their homes for their homes in other areas. Army Command Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva said that family members, the COVID-19 affected persons, will be sent to quarantine centres maintained by the Army. Health Ministry has suspended all types of gatherings such as exhibitions, conferences, processions, parades, carnivals, musical festivals, religious activities and other non-essential gatherings until further notice. Department of Registration of Persons has suspended all services relating to issuing of national identity cards on the one-day service scheme for 3 days starting from tomorrow. DRP Commissioner General Viyani Gunathilaka said that decision was taken to help curb the control of the COVID-19. Department of Immigration has also decided to temporarily halt its public services. Accordingly, head office and regional offices of the department will remain closed on the 7th, 8th and 9th of this month. A decision has been taken not to allow long-distance buses to stop, load and unload passengers within the areas where quarantine curfew is in effect. Meanwhile, a decision taken by authorities not to stop trains at elected railway stations has been cancelled. Accordingly, trains will operate as usual. In the evening, will stop at Kinavala, Wandarua, Vayangoda, Hindenia, Patiagoda, Magalagoda and Bemulla, Daraluwa, Gampaha and Yagoda. The Mahaya police station said that Indapala area in Gampara district has been placed in a lockdown today. The decision has been taken as a precautionary measure after an employee at the Brandix factory in Minuwangada tested positive for COVID-19 of returning home at Indapala on Saturday. Another 246 employees of the Minuwangada factory were tested positive for COVID-19, increasing the total number of cases from Minuwangada cluster to 569 today. A criminal unit says that the total of COVID-19 infected cases has risen to 3,979 and the total of recoveries is at 3,026. Patients are currently under medical care in hospitals, while 700 are in hospitals. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Minimuthu Dayada Children's Insurance from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 235-7357.
Mr. Banduragalavadana said the government is ready to grant required facilities to all local exporters. Participating in the parliamentary debate today, the minister said the government expects to minimize imports to rectify the trade balance. New laws will be also implemented to encourage exporters to increase exports. Second reading of the Amended Monetary Act was passed in Parliament today. And that ends local news for now.
In the ever-changing world, our children's dreams are much larger. We need to plan ahead if we want to make their dreams a reality.
The King of Insurance introduces the Minimutu Dayada Children's Insurance. 125% of the sum assured after maturity. Mother, father or guardian receives 5 times the insured amount as the insurance cover. 1,000 rupees per day hospitalization cover. Your responsibility lies in realizing your child's future dreams. Minimutu Dayada Children's Insurance from Sri Lanka Insurance. Call 235-7357.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the veda mahatma in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatma.
The Cabinet Ministers has approved a proposal to purchase school uniform materials from selected local suppliers. Decided at the last Cabinet meeting to purchase the required school uniform materials for the year 2021 from local textile manufacturers and to expedite their procurement process, which commenced accordingly. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatma.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on to Watchlight, Health Promotion Bureau has introduced a telephone hotline for all inquiries related to the COVID-19. Hotline number is 1999, is operational round the clock. Information on COVID-19 could be obtained in all 3 languages. On to world news. President Trump downplays virus on leaving hospital. Kyrgyzstan election results were annulled after mass protests. Killer of Chinese millionaire Geng Yuan jailed. US President Donald Trump has made a theatrical return to the White House to continue his treatment for coronavirus after a 3-night hospital stay. Mr. Trump, who is still contagious, removed his mask on the balcony of the White House while posing for pictures. His physicians said he would continue treatment from there and he may not entirely be out of the woods yet. Several Mr. Trump's staff and aides have also tested positive for the virus in recent days. Electoral authorities of Kyrgyzstan have annulled the results of the parliament election following violent protests. Demonstrators broke into parliament overnight and clashed with the police, demanding a new vote to be held. Hundreds were injured in the unrest, the health authorities said. The move came soon after President Surunbay Jeenbekov accused certain political forces of trying to illegally seize power. A man who killed a Chinese millionaire and chopped up his body has been sentenced to jail in Canada in a case that has gripped China. Liu Zhao has been found guilty of manslaughter after he shot dead his relative Geng Yuan in 2015 during a violent quarrel between the two of them. On Monday, a court sentenced Zhao to 10 years and 6 months in jail. The case has received widespread attention from both Canadian and Chinese news outlets. And back to the headline of the world news. President Trump downplays virus on leaving hospital. Kyrgyzstan election results were annulled after mass protests. Killer of Chinese millionaire Geng Yuan jailed. On to development news. Steps are underway to accelerate the construction work of the Anuradhapura North Megawatt project. This is the major step taken under the concept of providing potable drinking water to every household in the country. Estimated cost of the project is 11.5 billion rupees. The project's construction work was at a standstill during the period of the previous regime, but now it has been resumed following the construction of a water purification plant in the area. On to sports news. Several events of the 46th National Sports Festival scheduled to be held on the 10th and 11th of this month in Katharagama have been postponed until further notice. Director of the Sports Development Authority, Amal Edrisuriya, says that under the current health situation, these events cannot be conducted. That was sports news.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goal.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
A career banker who counts over 40 years of professional industry experience, DPK Gunasekara has assumed duties as the general manager of the Bank of Ceylon with immediate effect. Gunasekara had previously held key positions at the BOC, including Senior Deputy General Manager, International, Treasury and Investment, and Deputy General Manager, Corporate and Offshore Banking. That was Business News.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goal.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Economic News, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
State Minister of Urban Development Dr. Nalaka Godaheva says the government has already developed a strategy to settle the loan payments without any default. He said, as such, we will settle all debts in a timely manner. The government will be determined to invest capital in priority areas of development. That was Economic News.
Congratulations on your promotion. Heard you gave a treat for everyone in your department yesterday.
Yeah.
When will be our treat, huh?
Well, how about today?
Oh no, I was just joking. We'll have a party with your new salary.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th phase offer from 14th September to 11th October. Win gifts worth in 100,000s for every over 3,000 rupees bill. Visit CIB today.
Slow spells of showers will occur in the western and Sabaragawa provinces and the Gaul and Mathura districts. Slow spells of light showers may occur in the central and northwestern provinces. Short thundershowers may occur in a few places in the northern and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee district. That was the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th phase offer from 14th September to 11th October. Win gifts worth in 100,000s for every over 3,000 rupees bill. Visit CIB today.
And back to the headlines of the news. A curfew has been imposed in 12 police areas in the Gampa division with effect from 6 p.m. today. All types of gatherings such as exhibitions, carnivals, musical shows and religious activities have been banned until further notice. Long-distance buses are prohibited to stop, load and unload passengers within the curfew areas. Employees of factories in the quarantine curfew have been requested to remain in their current residences. The government is ready to grant required facilities to all local exporters. School uniform material to be purchased from local suppliers. In world news, President Trump downplays virus on leaving hospital.